It's that time of the year again. Scream Fortress is part of TF2's annual tradition for so long that it's still one of the most memorable parts of the game for me. In this episode, we'll go back to the past and review the Halloween maps of each year made by Valve. Although since the maps are reskins of existing maps, I'll be talking about the mechanics more and less about the layout itself. Don't worry though, I'll be putting the video link on the upper right corner if you want to hear more about original maps they are based on. And let's begin with the first year. The first Halloween began with a simple reskin of Harvest at night time, and with this map, Valve added mechanics that will become the core feature of Scream Fortress. Pumpkin bombs are basically explosive barrels. Good old explosive barrels. You can never go wrong with them. And then there's the ghost of Zephaniah Man. He moves around the map and stuns anyone who gets near. When he roams the houses of both teams, you can see it coming because the lights will go off. But when he no-clips out of the ground at the point, it sucks. And when someone dies, they can drop a candy pumpkin, which gives you crit for a few seconds. Wait a minute. This is just a different type of random crit.
No, don't take my candy!
I got your candy!
Troll, that's what you get for taking my pumpkin.
I'm just saving you from diabetes. Come on, man.
I don't care. I would rather die to diabetes.
Wow, what a mention!
Wow, what a mansion!
Remember when I said Valve picked two art-style winners for Mountain Lab? This is the other winner I was talking about. And I think it still has the most beautiful aesthetic of all Valve's Halloween maps. The only difference in layout is that the pit at the final point is a lot bigger. Other than that, it's just Mountain Lab, but it's not a lab. What else can I say? The map introduces the horseless headless horseman. Jesus Christ, I feel like getting strangled every time I say his full name. The horseman is basically a boss who runs around killing people from both teams. He can also stun people in a radius, which can be avoided by wearing his head as a hat. But who am I kidding? I know you deleted that from your backpack like 10 months ago. He can also mark players as it to prioritize them. However, you can make him change target by running away or hitting someone with a melee weapon. Or alternatively, let someone kill you so they get fucked over by you instead.
Catch me if you can.
Wait, what the fuck? Oh, fucking hell.
I just keep playing smart.
Really? Again?
3 times in a row. Let's go.
With that being said, I think he's a bad choice for attack defend map. Because he spawned from the control point, it is a guarantee that he's gonna wreck the red team first. And the blue team can just sit back and watch the chaos unfold. And then walk in and capture the point by themselves when the red team defense is crumbled.
Can we cap the point?
Do you notice a 12 feet tall skeletons running around?
I don't even care about the giant fucking pumpkin. Just cap the bloody point.
And that's why I think the next map improves a lot of this feature. Eyeaduct is Viaduct but without snow and, you guess it, nighttime. The boss of this year is Monoculus, Demoman's missing eyeball. It shoots crit rockets and teleport around the map. If you go into the portal when it teleports, you are brought to the underworld, which constantly drains your health unless you escape. And holy shit, the ambience here is so fucking loud. If you manage to escape, you get crit, uber, speed boost, and overheal. While this sounds great for fighting Monoculus, hitting Monoculus with crit damage will stun it and piss it off. It will start shooting the rockets in bursts and the rockets themselves are faster. It is also worth noting that he has crit damage resistance, receiving only double damage from crits instead of regular triple damage. Overall, Monoculus is a major step up from the Horseman, and it utilizes the small size of Viaduct very well. But this doesn't come without flaw, however. See, whenever Monoculus show up, you can damage the enemy team or capture the point. And the fact that Monoculus respawns constantly when he dies, and every time he comes back he has more health, it gradually gets annoying.
Oh my fucking god!
Oh, here. Well, I mean, hey, look, it's Sniper TF2. Okay, go kill him! But the eye!
Lakeside but Halloween. But instead of water around a medkit, there's a giant pit straight to hell. Oh, son of a bitch! God fuck! Damn it! Capping the point will spin the wheel and give both teams random status effects, which are humorous in different ways. And this ledge right here is an engineer's favorite spot when low gravity is active.
I'm gonna give you a bomb here. Go
Oh, wait, so you got a massive
I think it's
bomb.
because of the big head spell. I think.
Damn.
The boss of this map is Marasmus, and he is by far the most in-depth bosses when it comes to mechanics. His default attack is meleeing you with his cane, throwing bombs at you, or lighting you on fire. He can also turn your head into bombs, but you can stun him by simply walking into him when this happens. Or he can teleport to the point and starts carpet bombing the map. He's got a book! He's gonna write about politics!
No! He's going to read 1984! Stop him!
And apparently he takes more damage from Sniper's primary weapons. But why are you fighting him as Sniper anyway? When he reaches half health, he will turn into props and you gotta find which one is the real Marasmus. It doubles as a creative spin on the boss fight and a love letter to the Source modding community. Marasmus, we can't find you, so can you please press F3 to taunt?
Marasmus, please taunt.
This boss is just great. But do you know what makes him not great? And the reason why I don't like queuing for Ghost Fort every year? It's his fucking respawn timer. Just like Monoculus before him, he comes back with more health every time he dies. And of course, you cannot capture the point nor kill the other team when he's alive. And from my experience, he appears more often than Monoculus. It's even worse when the round timer is 7 minutes. If you have to do the contract on this map, you're gonna be here for a while. I remember how I struggled on this mission back then, but that's more about me not knowing much about MVM and less about the mission itself. When Wave 666 came out, it was a novelty, since it was a tough challenge you could try to beat it with your friends. And the fact that it's a one-wave survival mission completely sets it apart from other missions in the game. But I have to admit, after seeing all kinds of custom MVM missions that people crank out and seeing what true hell is like, this one is a piece of cake in comparison. The mission starts you out with 5,000 credits, which is more than enough to buy the upgrades you need. So as long as you know which upgrades to buy, you will be okay most of the time. Especially if you get a soldier with a battalion backup to boost your resistance even further. Imagine being a crit soldier and your entire purpose is invalidated by a fucking Boogle. A single trumpet just ruins your life. Although there are two things that people might struggle with, and those are the direct hit buff banner soldiers and a tank convoy that comes in with a massive horde of spies.
Until you are actually carrying. Because you're the only power caster here.
Each of my shot is 500 damage. I wish we got more missions like this from Valve, but then again, just like any other alternate game mode, Valve just completely forgets about it after a while. Ironically, I feel like one match on a map based on Hightower takes less time than one match on Ghost Fort. Just let that sink in for a bit. The cars are replaced by the Mann brothers' corpses, and hearing them talking throughout the round is something I never knew I needed in my life. It's just a fun take on the traditional multiplayer announcer role. Especially Redmond, who sounds like Palpatine but with a higher pitched voice. Redmond's is just Palpatine.
He's gone.
Yeah, do it. Do it, blue team.
Do it, Jesse.
I scam you, Anakin. It was me.
Take the ball.
I scam your ass, Anakin. Now you have to serve me forever.
The map itself also changes quite a little. The car no longer fall down this ramp, so getting stuck here by this NG spot is not as frustrating anymore. The cliffside house is also more dangerous because the wall here has been removed. And each team spawn has one more exit now. And trust me, you're gonna need it. Instead of adding a new boss, new mechanics were introduced instead. Spells are single-handedly the best thing Valve ever added to Scream Fortress. It changes up how each class work a lot and really opened up a lot of new strategies. The spells include Fireball, the Inner Pearl from Minecraft, the Rap Assassin but better, and a cheat code to 1v1. The skeletons spawn during the witching hour, and I wish they have a better hit reg. Unless you're an engineer or a soldier, good luck trying to kill them. During this time, you can try going for the clock tower or kill the skeleton king to get a more powerful spell. which are spawn camping but better, and a free ticket to godlike kill streak. Stuck. Erwin, Erwin stuck on the island.
Is he?
Yeah, pushing the car doesn't win the game immediately, but you are instead teleported to hell for a death match. If you win the payload race, you get to spawn on the side where the tower is tilted towards your team, so you can grab the rare spell better. Not really a reward if you ask me.
No,
You fuck! I hate snipers so much in this fucking cunt.
Where the fuck is the last one?
I mean, they are in hell. We are
already in hell.
Yeah. It's a bit disappointing to me that Valve's last Halloween map doesn't introduce mechanics that change the game that much, compared to the pumpkin bombs, the bosses, and the spells of the past years. But I guess it's still something. A ghost is now guarding the intel, so it's naturally more dangerous to grab it. And even more dangerous when you decide to grab the rare spell here. I don't like how the rare spell is always available, so if you kill the person who grabs it, they still have the spell, and before you know it, you're getting meteor outside your spawn or when Marasmus teleports you in for a dance.
I should crit.
No! What the fuck? Oh, holy shit! Oh my god!
They also got a binoculars and everyone.
Oh, what? They all died!
We did it, boys.
Yeah, Marasmus occasionally casts a spell on both teams, and they can be the medieval mode, big hit, low gravity mode, or him proclaiming his own disgusting fetish. I would like it more if it wasn't for the third person mode that makes it so awkward to play. Why you have to do me like this?
I saved you from like the pits of hell that is underwater piss. You should be thankful.
No, fuck you.
I took-
There's also a hammer that's supposed to kill people who take this medkit bait. But I rarely see people dying to it. At best, it just annoys you with the knockback it causes. Dang just got fucking smashed. Just like in Helltower, you need to actually win with the minigames and not by grabbing the intel. I like the falling platform and the duck collecting one, but not much for the football one, because I find the ball physics pretty clunky. I swear, no matter how much hours you put into this game, you will never get good at the bumper car mechanics. The car just controls really badly. It is so sluggish to move this thing around. So in a nutshell, the more damage you take, the more knockback you receive from the enemy crashing into you. So unless you play Smash, good luck trying to figure out what this number means. Yeah, I don't really get hooked into the bumper car mechanics, and it's a shame. Since the beginning of Scream Fortress, Valve has been one-upping the mechanics of each year, and the final year that they would host kinda falls short of the momentum they have built years prior. And that was all of Valve's Halloween maps. It is very impressive that we went from reskin explosive barrels and a map reskin that only changes the skybox to a whole branch of mechanics being added to the game. And no matter what you think, Scream Fortress remains as a special part of the year for a lot of TF2 players. And that's despite the fact that Valve has stopped making their own maps for the event. But we are not done yet, by the way. Coming up next are Halloween maps from 2015 and 2016. See you next time.